Well, let's get back to that major storm in southern Ontario. Heavy rains have brought severe flooding to Toronto and the surrounding areas. This was the first wave of a major storm system that hit at the peak of the afternoon rush hour. It caught hundreds of thousands of people off guard. And our Havard Gould was one of those people caught up in it all. Havard.
Now, I was on a crowded subway platform when suddenly everything went dark. As soon as I managed to get above ground again, it was obvious why. Thunder showers were expected. This was not. This began as a sunny day in southern Ontario. Then, around the afternoon rush hour, came a truly massive amount of rain. It quickly created widespread flooding, and hundreds of thousands of people were suddenly without power. The flooding spread out over a huge area. Several major highways were suddenly impassable. Cars abandoned all over the Toronto area, in some cases in water more than 2 meters deep.
And all of a sudden this guy comes barreling down in his Ferrari and just crashes straight into the water. That's so bad.
Passengers on buses captured pictures of the water at their feet. This is water flooding down an elevator shaft into a parking garage. Toronto's subway system was shut down. Busy stations plunged into darkness with passengers trapped on trains. This commuter train, too, was also out of service for obvious reasons. On a day when many people didn't bother to bring umbrellas, the sudden and violent storm caught millions of people by surprise. It's an amazing storm, a truly stunning storm. It might have been as much as 100 millimeters of rain that may have soaked southern Ontario. The lights are coming back on, but it's too early to get a complete picture of the damage. Anne-Marie?
All right, thanks, Havard. And whenever there's a big weather story like this, we turn to our CBC News meteorologist, Claire Martin. Now, Claire, people accuse Toronto of thinking they are the center of the universe. But this storm system literally sat right over the GTA, which is why so many people were affected.
Absolutely, Anne-Marie. You and I were on air doing the local show. I could hear the thunder outside, which is unusual. The CBC building is pretty well insulated, and we lost power here too. Okay, let's talk about what went wrong, I guess. I've taken the radar shot. I've done a couple of things to it. First off, I've frozen it at 6 o'clock in the evening, so I've taken it back in time to show you when that storm line blew up, quite literally, right over Toronto. And as you mentioned, Anne-Marie, literally over Toronto, just beneath this banner here is Oakville, so it wasn't quite into Oakville. Pickering and Ajax, you weren't too bad either. The storm rolled its way down from the north, and I believe at the moment, I haven't taken too much of a case study of this, but I believe at the moment it came up against a very small lake effect breeze that generates a convergence zone or lift in the atmosphere. And look how large these storms blew to, of the order of 35 to 40,000 feet. Huge storms, which is like having a bucket of water and pouring it in one place. So that's essentially what went on. At one point, and again, this is frozen at 6 o'clock in the evening, I took a look at one of these little cores and picked out the precipitation rate. And that's over the GTA. At around 6 o'clock this evening, we saw precipitation rates of about 140 millimeters in an hour. Rainfall amounts have come in, using actual gauges, of the order of about 90 to 100 millimeters. We were talking about round number 2. Severe thunderstorm warnings remain in effect for round number 2. This will be much, much lighter, but for thousands tonight, it's going to be a wet, long, miserable night. Anne-Marie?
All right, Claire, thank you.